Om Shanti, 20 May 2021, Morning Murli. Essence. Sweet children, never attach your heart to this old world or to bodily beings. If you attach your heart to those things, your fortune falls apart. Question. What deep secret about this play has the Father told you, children? Answer. Children, because this play is now about to end. All souls have to be present here. Souls of all religion will now become present here because the Father of everyone is now present. Everyone has to come to salute the Father. Souls of all religion will go back with the mantra of Manmana Bhav. However, they will not imbibe the mantra of Madhyaji Bhav or become rulers of the globe. Song. May the heart not break away from its support and thereby break the fortune that has been created. Om Shanti. Children at all the centers heard the song. You are listening to this today and all the other children will hear it 2 to 4 days later. If you attach your heart to the old world or to an old body, your fortune falls apart. Because body is also of this old world. If you become body conscious, the fortune that you are creating falls apart. From this being unfortunate, you are now becoming very fortunate. Therefore, as much as possible, remember the one Father who gives you your unlimited inheritance. Remember the Father and the inheritance. There is little time left in this old world. You have to make effort in this world and definitely become full of all virtues. There are many who do remain pure, whereas there are others who often fall. Baba says, you have to become the Father's service companions. It is very big service to make this whole world pure from impure. It is not that everyone will help the Father. Those who became Brahma Kumars and Kumaris, the decoration of the Brahmin clan, and who helped in the previous cycle will become sensible. The name of Prajapita Brahma is remembered. The children of Brahma would surely be called Brahma Kumar and Kumaris. They definitely existed in the past. People also remember Adi Dev and Adi Devi. Anything that existed in the past definitely has to exist again. You know the golden age existed in the past and there was the original eternal deity kingdom there. That no longer exists. The deities of the pure family path who used to rule are now at the end of their 84 births. Now they are neither pure nor do they have that kingdom. They have become impure. The Father has once again come to purify them. He says, don't connect your intellects in yoga to impure beings. Become the one Father. Remember the one Father. You know you are following the advice of the Father and claiming your inheritance for him. Baba also shows you the way to claim your inheritance. People create many different methods. Some have the pride of science and others have the pride of medicine, doctory. They have written that when someone's heart doesn't function, they are able to replace it with a plastic heart. They remove the real heart and make the artificial one function. This is such a skill. That is for temporary happiness. If we were to die tomorrow, the body would finish. There would be no attainment. Whatever he received was for a temporary period. They show many wonders with science, but they too are for a temporary period. This is a complete unique aspect. Pure souls have now become impure while taking 84 births. Those impure souls have to be made pure once again. But no one except the Father can do that. There is a praise of just the one. He is the purifier of all, the bestower of salvation for all, the one who has the vision of mercy for all, the leader who has mercy for all. People call themselves the Sarvodaya leaders, and Sarvo means all the included in that. Only the Father, who is the merciful and blissful one, is remembered as the one who has mercy for all. What mercy would human beings be able to have for human beings? They are unable to have mercy for themselves, so how could they have mercy for others? They only have temporary mercy, and yet they have given themselves such big names. The Father now says, I show you such an easy way to become ever healthy and ever wealthy. The method is very simple. Simply remember me because you have forgotten me. You remain happy in the golden age and you therefore don't even remember me. You have been told the history and geography of your 84 births. This is how you used to rule and how you were ever happy. Then day by day you continue to become come down and become tamopradhan, unhappy and impure. The Father is now once again giving you children the inheritance as he did in the previous cycle. You come and receive your inheritance every cycle. You follow Shrimad. Shrimad are directions from Bap Dada, where else other than from him. Could you receive Srimad? The Father says, just think about it. Does anyone have this skill? No. Only the Father shows you the way to become the masters of the world. He says, there is no method other than this. Only the purifier Father gives you the knowledge to claim a high status. It isn't that by knowing the world cycle you will become pure. The Father says, remember me. Only by the fire of yoga will the urn of sin that has become full be burnt. The Father says, you have become impure by taking 84 births. Nowadays, they say of themselves, Sivoham, I am Shiva, and then say Tattvam, the same applies to you. Or they say that you are a form of the Supreme Soul, or that each soul is the Supreme Soul. The Father has now come. You know that you have to remind others of Shiv Baba. Only the one Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the bestower of salvation for all. The temples built to Shiva are one thing and the form of Shankar is another. It has to be shown in the exhibition that Shiva is incorporeal and that Shankar has a subtle form. Krishna exists in a corporeal form. It is correct to show Radhe with him. This proves that they become Lakshmi and Narayan. Krishna doesn't come in the copper age to relate the Gita. People are impure at the end of the iron age and pure at the beginning of golden age. Therefore, he, not Krishna, would definitely come to the confluence age. Only the Father knows this. He alone is Trikaldarshi. Krishna cannot be called Trikaldarshi. He cannot relate the knowledge of the three aspects of time. He doesn't have the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, or the end of the world. They say that he is a small child and that he goes to study in a college for deity princes and princesses. Earlier, they were special colleges for princes and princesses, but everything has now become mixed. Krishna was a prince, and there must have been many other princes and princesses too. They must have studied together. That was the viceless world. Only Shiv Baba is the bestower of salvation for all. Human beings cannot be bestowers of salvation for all. Only the Father comes and gives everyone liberation and liberation in life. It has been explained that there are no other religions in the kingdom of deities. They come in the second half of the cycle. Therefore, how could they exist in the golden age? Those are Hatha yogis who belong to the path of isolation. They cannot understand Raja Yoga. This Raj Yoga is for those who belong to the family path. Bharat used to be the pure family path. Now in the Iron Age, they have become those of the impure family path. God speaks constantly, remember me alone. If you attach your hearts to the old world or relations of your bodies, your fortune falls apart. The fortune of many falls apart if any wrong actions are performed. Those will appear in the front of you at the end. You will have visions of them. Some children hide a lot by telling the fathers of the sins you have committed in this birth. Half of them will be forgiven, however, because of being ashamed. You don't tell Baba. Many perform dirty actions. Their intellects are aware that they would become free by telling Baba about them. He is the eternal surgeon. If you hide your illness from the surgeon because of being ashamed, how would you become free from it? By telling Baba of the sins you have committed, half of them will be forgiven. When you don't tell Baba, they continue to increase and you become more and more trapped. Your fortune will then finish and there will be misfortune. The father says, don't keep any connection with bodies. Constantly continue to remember me alone and you won't perform any dirty actions. That one is also Dharmraj. So if you hide anything from him, there won't be anyone else who would experience greater punishment. As time comes closer, everyone will continue to have visions. It is now the time of settlement for everyone. All are impure. Punishment is definitely received for the sins you have committed. Just as liberation in life is received in a second, so too there is such a feeling of punishment in a second that it feels as though you experience that punishment for a long time. This is very subtle machinery. It is now the time of settlement for everyone. Punishment definitely has to be experienced. All souls will then go back purified. Only the Father comes and purifies impure souls. No one apart from the Father has the power to do this. The urn of sin has now become full of the sins performed for 63 births. There are the omens of the eclipse of Maya over everyone. The worst eclipse is over you. You were full of all virtues, whereas now you have an eclipse over you. You children have now received knowledge. The Father tells you, you were the masters of Bharat and you took 84 births. He tells you in a straightforward way that you truly were those who belonged to the deity religion. And because you then became impure, you began to call yourself Hindus. No one established the Hindu religion. Sects and cults cannot be called a dynasty. It is king who have a dynasty. There are the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan, the first, the second, the third. It is certain that you have to become pure from impure. Because of being impure, you cannot call yourself deities. You understand that you were worthy of worship and that you belong to the original eternal deity religion. People only worship the images of their own religion. You had forgotten that you were worthy of worship deities and that you have now become worshippers. You now understand that the Father gave you the inheritance and when you became impure, you began worshipping your own images. You were worthy of worship and have now become worshippers. This would not be said to anyone other than those of Bharat. Baba too only comes in Bharat to give you knowledge in order to make you into deities once again. All souls will then settle their accounts and go back home. All souls continue to call out the Father, O God, the Father. This is also something to be understood at this time. You have three fathers. One is Shiv Baba, the other is your worldly father, and then this subtle father, Prajapita Brahma. Everyone else has two fathers, a worldly one and the one from beyond this world. In the golden age, you only have one father, your worldly father. There you don't know the father from beyond at all. Since there is only happiness there, why should they remember the father from beyond? Everyone remembers him at the time of sorrow. Here you have three fathers. This is something to be understood. There you remain soul conscious and later you become body conscious. Here you become soul conscious and also God conscious. You all have the pure pride of being children of the Father and that you are claiming your inheritance from Him. He is the Father, teacher and Sadguru. This praise of His has to be explained. Only He comes and gives you all of you children your inheritance. You had it in the golden age and you then took 84 births and lost it. It is so easy to explain this. The Father is called the purifier, the bestower of salvations for all. This is the world of impure ones. How can anyone grant salvation? The many scriptures someone has read will lead him to his final destination. Then in his next birth, he will be able to learn them by heart at a young age. The Father is now telling you, children, such sweet, beautiful things. Children, you have become Tamopradhan. Now remember the Father and the alloy will be removed. The play is now coming to an end. And everyone has to be present. The Christ soul and all the others are also present. They too will come to salute the Father. They won't become rulers of the globe. Therefore, they will just remember the Father and take the mantra of Manmana Bhav. Yours is a double mantra, Manmana Bhav and Madhyaji Bhav. The Father shows you such a good method. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children. Love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual knowledge. Essence of Dharana. First, while living in this old world, you have to make efforts and definitely become full of all virtues. Don't attach your heart to the old body or the old world. Become fortunate. Second, remain soul conscious and God conscious. Don't hide anything from the Father at this time of settlement. Continue to take advice from the eternal surgeon. Blessings. May you always be introverted and stay in self-respect by constantly being personally in front of the sun of knowledge. Detail. When you face the sun, you definitely receive the rays of the sun. In the same way, the children who are constantly in front of the Father, the Sun of Knowledge, experience themselves receiving the rays of all virtues from the Sun of Knowledge. You can see the sparkle of introversion and spiritual intoxication, of the self-respect of the confluence age and the future on their faces. For this, always be aware that this is the final moment. Your body can be destroyed at any time, and so always have a loving intellect. Stay in front of the Sun of Knowledge and